Welcome back to Your Florida Electrician. Today we have a couple sconce lights, wall lights we picked out for the 800 square foot addition we would like to install in the two sconce light pre-wires. We open it up. They're like squarish. Let me show you. There's the hardware pack. These are the sconce lights. Kind of a brushed nickel. Going to match the fans. Let's get this open. This is the new bubble theme that everything's going with today. If you can see that, feel free to zoom. Ian, feel free to zoom. But let me put it here and we'll take a better look at it. All right, I got these off of Amazon. I'll send a link when I find it. Look pretty good. Almost looks like a mirror, but it's a nickel. And they're calling these bubble lights. They have hanging lights. They have dining lights like this. Single lights, pendant lights. The wife really wanted square stuff. So let's work on getting this thing up. So first off, don't bet against Elon. I got this from my friend's website who I like watching, YouTube channel, Stephen Mark Ryan. It was true then and it's true today. So I'll put a link to this one too. Love the shirt, Stephen. First things first, safety first. I got my little ticker here. Not everybody suggests using this, but as long as the light is working, we know it's working. I want to make sure this is off. Always make sure it's off. I touched it, that's why it beeped. But that's good, we're off. This is the first box where the light's going. I'm going to need my ground, and I need to strip off some insulation off these. There's two sets of 14-2s in here, because I have two sconce lights, one here and one on the other side of the room. So I got to pass power through. So that should be about it for prepping the wires there. Let's take a look back at the light. So they already have the base screwed in to the light itself. So we got to take the screws off on each side. So remove it from the base. Okay, you can cut it. Okay, screws are out. Let's see what we got on the inside. Okay, there's our mounting plate. This is where it'll be mounted either here, and looks like they offer additional supports here if need be. But I think our box will probably suffice if we can get the screw holes to line up. So I'm going to take this over there and we'll see if things line up or not. Okay, we got the mounting bracket over the box that we put up, a 4-inch electrical box. I got a level on it. The screws that came with it will actually work. However, it's very risky whether they're going to line up or not. We got it to line up here. Hopefully I can get the same type of height over there on the other light box. But once I get this level, we're going to use the screws that came with it to tighten it up. Okay, that's good there. And because it is a heavy light fixture, I want to use the additional screws they provided, basically like drywall screws. I'm going to go ahead and put these in. Hopefully the wife doesn't want me to change it later, the fixture, because I don't have these additional holes in the wall. That's like a drywall screw. I don't think it's the best choice, but so that's good there. We're going to want to ground this fixture because it is metal. So here's what I would do. Wrap this around like this. Pinch it and tighten it. And there's a reason why I'm leaving extra ground on here like that. I'll show you in a second. So this light is actually pretty heavy. It's heavier than you would picture, but it's pretty heavy. A lot of times we electricians have to do this kind of stuff by ourselves. So it does have a ground wire that is attached to the frame itself. You can wrap this around. Can you see that? Around this ground that I left here. It's a few pounds, this light. And a lot of times we're working alone, hanging these things. So there you go. If you're going to work by yourself, you can do something like that. Just be ready to catch it in case it does decide to slide. But that's one trick I learned over the years, and I left it a little bit too long. Now these won't reach. Oh, yes, they will. Okay. There's my ground and my neutral. Let's bring the two huts down here. If you wanted to, if you're safe on your other connection over here, let me see. You can follow me. This is okay as long as the ground is not touching the hut. Okay, that's the end of the circuit for that one. If you wanted to, you could test it now to make sure it's working before you put it up. So, okay, so we're good there. And they said it's dimmable, and it is. So that's good. So it's working before we screw it in. And this fixture, it's hard to tell which way is up. The mounting bracket says this end up, but the light fixture itself doesn't. So I'm assuming I'm going to follow the writing on the sticker here, as long as I can read it that way is up. So this, you can either tuck into the box, or you can leave it right here. It's in a metal box. This is now a metal box. It's going to be enclosed. It's the same thing as being inside there. And this is coming out. This is something you got to watch for. Look at this. Can you see that? Look at that. It's barely even in there. It's coming out. So that's something we have to fix. Okay, so we fixed that wire. You can tuck these right in here. This is a metal box with this on. It's going to act just like an electrical box. It's safe to be in there. Okay, and then it's just a matter of lining these screws up. Oop. Getting the screw started. Here, hold these three. Let me get one. That's going to be the tricky part, is getting that first one started. So with that one in, we should be good to get the rest. Thank you. Again, I would use the screw gun, but the chuck is probably going to hit the wall. Over here. And it's a different looking light. We pain to keep it clean, I think. Let's see what it looks like after with the lights out. So that's how it attaches to the box itself. All right, and before we go any further, let's test it again. Make sure it's working. Yay, it's kind of the look I was going for, the up and down light. I would like to get the other one up, and we'll show you some more video once we hang it. Pretty cool looking. A pretty decent looking light fixture. And dimmable, which is a plus. So if you want to watch a movie or something like that. So this should be a nice addition. And next, on to the ceiling fans.
Alright fellas, it looks like this video was never finished properly. Not sure why. But from this point, you can see where the lights are. They don't look like they're in the right spot. I have the speakers set up to be in the theater area. On the right hand side is actually the dining area. But where I put these lights, the way I centered them, was actually in the room, not in the theater area. But, of course, the wife hates it. So the light on the left, I'm going to have to move to be equally spaced away from the speaker to the one on the right. which I think is going to put it awfully close to that wall, and I'll think it looked more stupid. But yeah, we have a decoration in the middle. It doesn't look right. Because where do you put it, in the middle of the lights or the middle of the speaker? So it looks kind of kooky. But the whole idea was to put the sconce lights in the room, centered in the room, not in the area. But I'll end up having to update it most likely, so maybe I'll have to post a video of me moving that left speaker over. Should be a pain. But I want to thank you for watching. I appreciate you all, and have a nice day. Remember to subscribe, share, like. Thank you. That really helps the channel.